Fuck you, dog. So it's getting wild over there for you right now, my nigga.
With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Just about time to rock as Toe gets ready to meet leather. And here we go. We're underway in Madden Ultimate Team. This is taken at his 4. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. From the gun, here's Locke. This is caught by Antonio Brown. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you make curl a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion.
Oh, you gotta be kidding me.
Down he goes. Luke Kuechly, he brought the pressure on the blitz, and he gets there for a loss of 12.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
55. Right there in the middle. 55. Watch the curl. Watch the curl. 55.
After the sack on first down, Luck. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there.
Because that's not fucking pass interference, right?
You and I watched film yesterday, and you told me to watch his feet. Well, for whatever reason, his footwork just looked off on that throw.
And you always love it when the next defensive back talks quarterback mechanics, right?
Well, but you're good at it.
Well, I try, all right? I don't know how good I am, but it doesn't take much to tell. His mechanics are off a little bit, exactly what you described.
Looking for Cooper, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Khalil Mack. Cooper was the intended target. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10. First down yardage on the first play of the drive, 14 yards.
Let's go. Let's go.
Alright, brother, you good, you
Sometimes
good.
there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
Here's Allen. And an alley to run. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
Next, the receivers helped spread the defense out, and they were able to come through with a slashing run.
But to that point, it's going to be interesting to see the personnel chess match as this one progresses.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Can they continue to create running lanes out of passing sets? And if so, it's going to be a long day for the defense.
Oh, you don't say.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he... Shotgun snap to Mahomes.
Oh, you gotta be kidding me.
They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
A lot of running backs in the passing game, they're just used to check it down to them or maybe dump off passes. But this guy, they use him to stretch the field, don't they?
He stretched it right there, turned it into a really nice game. After the big play, a chance to finish now on first and goal. They'll try and get it home with Sherman, the fullback. And he is into the end zone for a touchdown. Punching it in from a yard away. And his guys have taken a first quarter lead. And when the smaller guy can't power it across the goal line, Charles, sometimes you need to go with a fullback. They did. It worked.
What's that thing about force and mass? How's that?
Oh, yeah. Force equals mass times acceleration.
Oh, that's big-time stuff. That's from the same guy the apple dropped on his head, right?
Now, after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. This is taken at the 3. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Now the Oakland offense heading back onto the field to take over. They had the interception last time and led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 to score as they start first and 10. A throw left side to start the drive is complete. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch. Good for 8 yards. Now a man open down the middle of the field. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. 4 yards the pickup, first down. From the 34 now, here's first and 10. A first carry for the Hall of Famer, Marcus Allen. He'll get about 4 as he's past the 35 to the 38-yard line.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
From the 38, Luck under pressure, and down he goes. Luck is sacked. The #1 pick, Myles Garrett, coming in to drop him. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's a
man.
Intercepted. It's the Pro Bowler Luke Kuechly that picks it. And the return across midfield and to the 46-yard line.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down the score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs. Getting the sense, Charles, they're going to put big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far, working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
It'll be a gain of 3, and it also takes us to the end of the first quarter of play. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. On second down now, it's Allen, and he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
It's nice every now and then in this game not to see people overthink it. Just hand it to the old reliable guy, let him pick up the first down.
On first down, Allen. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2. In on the tackle there, Luke Kuechly.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because when they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Now they'll throw with Mahomes. And it's caught. Touchdown. From 21 yards away. And his guys are going to add on to their lead. And it was a tight window. He knew he had to rocket that thing in there. He got
try something.
And when you're able to complete one like that, your confidence has to just go sky high. You just mentioned it. Tight window. Sings it in there despite excellent coverage. Result, touchdown.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. And now Oakland ready to take the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. They'll run on first down. Allen. And he works his way forward for about 4 up to the midfield stripe.
And as runners, you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
From the 50, it's locked.
I was throwing it, man.
Flat on his back. Ryan Shazier got in that time. The first-round pick of 2014. 3rd and long. It's locked. Man open, Rice. An excellent pickup of 20 yards.
Here we go.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Coming up at halftime in a little less than 2 minutes, we'll send you to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman is standing by. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half. Right back to him on first down. And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage.
Anthony Barr got a real education at UCLA in playing not just his normal position of stand-up outside linebacker, but down defensive end. So he had to...
I was fucking late on that, man. I'm playing like shit right now.
Down near the 5. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So that is 3 interceptions now in this first half. And you hate to ask the question, but let's be honest. We're thinking about it. Do you need to go in a different direction? And I think he's going to go. They're not going to get him. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. 10. Touchdown. Marcus.
Oh, well.
So from our perspective, right, so here's the bottom line. He's upset about the helmet issue. We have supported that. We appreciate that. Okay, but we, at this point, we've pretty much exhausted all avenues of relief. So from our perspective, it's time for him to be all in or all out. Okay? So we're hoping he's back soon. We got 89 guys busting their tails. We're really excited about where this franchise is going, and we hope AB is going to be a big part of it starting week 1 against Denver. End of story. No questions. Okay? Okay?
options is we've worked very closely with the Raiders.
With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Not let him wear his helmet is accurate, but we're still processing it and figuring it out. I wouldn't make too much about him not being there today, as much as we're still trying to come up with the solution that works for everyone.
Out to kick this one away. This one fielded at the 5.
Did you end up getting the player at least, or no?
On first down, it's Allen, and right away they're going to stack him up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, second down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level, because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. Give him 14 on that one and a first down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. Jerry Rice, 61 yards. And the Raiders have taken the early lead. Now for the extra
that sucks, dog. My brother ended up getting DeMarcus Lawrence, and he was pissed. He was like, I would have loved anybody else, but I got that fucking faggot.
Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble, as he'll bring this one out to the 27.
Let's go. 30 base. Hey, wahoo! Come on,
A first down throw for Young. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. Well, they tried to swing it out left into the flat, complete, but really nice open field tackle. And he cannot get away, and Young will go down.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback, third and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you do in a big way. And what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you, because it seems to be working pretty well.
Let's go.
Go down. Back at his own 5-yard line. It's a sack.
Sad boy hours, nigga.
They throw in an extra defensive back.
That sucks, man.
Very good.
Yeah, it was exactly as you would expect. A passing down, you bring in the nickel package, just as you described. The coverage was excellent and allowed one of their line.
Now a hit, loose football, and they will set up shop at their own 41-yard line.
I remember sitting in special teams meetings, and at some point during the meeting, the coach would always say, you better treat this one just like you're playing offense or defense. It's a big part of the game, and we just saw evidence of why right there with that fumble.
Yeah, fumble on the punt, and after it was turning up to be a
yeah, I hate to see it.
Really nice return. They were going to be set up okay, and the offense would feel good running onto the field, and now the defense has to try it out there and try and slow them down.
So this helps to start a drive. After the penalty, it'll be 1st and 5. Now Young. steps away to his left. And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football.
God damn, that Willie's just running their goddamn route for them.
Sack as he buries him for a loss of 10. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack.
Shit.
Throwing, Young. And he'll lay out and pull it in. What a diving catch there.
I have to say that whenever you see a good post route run, they do not like to let it in without the catch. Hence, that great diving play.
Yeah, lay it up there, let him go get it, and he got it. Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
He ran that stupid wheel route, didn't he?
Get into a pretty good rhythm here if he keeps getting opportunities. But that's the last thing his team wants to have happen, right? The last thing you want to see is your punter feeling pretty good because he's out there all the time.
At first quarter only, but they're 0 for 2 on 3rd down conversions to start this thing. He's going to let this one go deep. And this is
He's on God. Oh, it's that wheel route, man. Nobody can cover that shit, apparently.
And his guys are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Extra point try good by Gano. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. Now the Oakland offense heading back onto the field to take over. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the... And that is intercepted. Or was it? Wait, they'll say no. No interception. He did not keep the feet in bounds, apparently. So that's just going to be an incompletion. Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. Here's Locke. Trying for Cooper again. This time he finds it. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one good for 26 and a 1st down. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's got this down to the 35. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another 1st down with that run.
Pressure from his right, and he goes down hard, flat on his back. The former number 3 pick, Joey Bosa, bringing the lumber that time. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into...
Boom! I'm blowing up my corners. How come?
Final play of the 1st quarter. 2nd quarter from Oakland, the homestanding Raiders with the football here as they've got it with a 3rd down and long coming up. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long.
Well, Slay, I understand.
A shotgun snap for Locke.
Oh, I thought I grabbed it.
Adrian Amos with a pick, and he will return this one to the 30-yard line.
Well, Brandon, there's no question who they're going to look to on 3rd and long, but you can bet this defense knows that as well, so they've got him blanketed downfield.
Dylan.
And this ball winds up being intercepted.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Following the interception, Young. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Oh, Corey Dillon, that's right, that's right.
Back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando.
Oh, this man has Steve Young. I just noticed.
And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. 12 yards there and a 1st down.
Certainly making his presence felt in both the pass and the run game. He's having an impact.
Yeah, his first carry of the game right there. He had hurt him with his arm. Now he's showing that he can shuffle the puppies as well. He's going to air one out. Got a man. It's caught at the 6-yard line. And he's
I didn't notice it.
For the receiving touchdown. A big play there. 58 yards. And his guys have taken the lead. Gano the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. This is taken at his 4.
He didn't even get burned. Nigga, I was right there, but nigga didn't want to jump for a fucking swat.
And now Oakland ready to take the field. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted.
That was Ramsey.
Picked up by Jalen Ramsey, and the return stops at the 39-yard line. That's sort of a second quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a second one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be able to forget, compartmentalize, whatever you want to call it, and move on. He hasn't been able to do so here in the second. Yeah, that was a safety that came through and made the play, but there's no doubt in my mind, he hits like a linebacker, and we see a lot of that in today's NFL, don't we?
And that time we do indeed. A big hit for a loss. Now a pass that's taken in by Hill. 12 yards there and a first down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target, and he's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did. 11
yards there, first down. Young looks to throw on first down. And it's caught. Touchdown. Steve Young, his 3rd touchdown pass in this first half. And his guys find a way to stretch that lead.
I know Paul Revere talked about by land or by sea, right? You know, 1 by land, 2 by sea. He didn't mention air because right now we're seeing a big-time performance, aren't we? That's 2 touchdowns so far in this game.
Where'd you pull that one from?
And, you know, every now and then I actually listened in history class.
And you're just a scholar all the way around. You're reading all the time. I like that you fit that into the broadcast.
You know, I just grab a nugget when I can.
Now the Oakland offense heading back onto the field to take over. And last time wasn't pretty. 1 play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. On second down, it's Allen. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
Exactly what they needed right there because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Now a play fake here on first down.
Are you serious?
Intercepted for a 3rd time.
Huh.
Picked off by Stephon Gilmore. And he will have a touchdown.
Partner, what we just saw, that's a great example of a team that was really amped up. They've been playing so well, yet they didn't get overexcited and have a bust on defense and gave up a big play. Instead, they created their own big play with a pick 6. This one may be over.
Yeah, it's just the first half, but that lead has swelled to the point where you're wondering if it is over already. This will be fielded at the 8. Now a hit and a loose football. And the defense will get their hands on it, going the other way. And he's going to bring the fumble back for a touchdown. So they get the 1-score kickoff, get a fumble, take it right back to the house. 2 quick touchdowns within a matter of about 10 seconds on the game clock.
It's like a big 1-2 punch that may lead to a knockout.
And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. This is taken at the 3. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. On first down, it's Luck. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
But I guess that answers the question whether or not they want him throwing it again right away after throwing the pick 6 on the previous drive.
Under pressure, and down he goes. Luck is sacked. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down. Now Luck. And the pressure gets to him again. Joey Bosa picks up his second sack of the afternoon. And a timeout here. Timeout taken, whistles blown. Timeout taken by the receiving team. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Here's Ray Guy now as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. Watch out for Hill on the return. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field.
Oh, you got deep?
It's Young on first down. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Khalil Mack able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time.
And this is taken in at the 5. And touchdown. The 4th touchdown pass of the game for Steve Young. And this offense is running away with this one.
I heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that can finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. And now Oakland ready to take the field. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the clock, lick your wounds at the half, and see if you can come up with a strategy to play better in the second. But there's also something to challenging your offense right here. You know, hey, guys, you help dig this hole. See if you can get us out of it a little bit before the half runs out. Let's go make some plays.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Luck. And he's got his big tight end over the middle, complete. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
Oh, stupid shit like that.
It's picked by the linebacker, T.J. Watt.
Fucking T.J. Watt can fucking cover Dave Casper. Because T.J. Watt can cover anybody in fucking real life.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10. 1st and 10, Young. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And all the way down to the 5. There you have it. Halftime quickly over. 3rd quarter, here we go. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. Fielded about a yard deep. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line.
First down and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Ready. Check. 59. I'm coming.
And this one goes nowhere.
Like how Clowney just looked at him instead of fucking destroyed
That
him.
sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down. On 2nd and 12, Young. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Gotta do what you gotta do,
I'm
nigga.
laughing to myself because I could just hear in film session. But, Coach, I was throwing to Odell Beckham Jr. Of course I thought he was open.
They'd love to go deep downfield.
That's a fumble.
Yeah, a rare incompletion because most of the time we expect him to actually
That's
come
a
up with the
fucking
catch.
fumble.
Now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well. Now look at this, 4th and 12, and they're going to line up to go for it.
Come to my work. Hey, exit. Come to my work. 59, Mark, 59. Let's go. Lee Griffin.
Here's Young. They'll indeed go for it. He is going to find Hill here. Not often do 4th down conversions result in 23 yards, but that's the case here. 1st down.
Some think the teams really won't throw a slant route unless you have a receiver that has a lot of stature to him. But sometimes the little guy...
And down he goes. Brought down a Raider sack. Khalil Mack getting him once again his 3rd sack of the afternoon. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they can actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Being chased out left, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Sacked there by DjEddie Clowney.
To me, the defense was a little gassed near the end of the first half, but they come out of the locker room with a little extra spring in their step. Wonder what they did at halftime to get them so motivated.
I don't know, but that sack looked good. Now let's see if they can build on the momentum of that play. Again, the offense will stay out there. They've converted once on this drive. What can they do here on 4th down? They'll try and throw for it here. And this is going to be incomplete. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And the Raiders with the football now in excellent field position. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. He goes full extension, and he's got it. A good pick up there of 20 yards.
When you're a player of his stature, you don't just circle the games on your team's calendar. You
Circle the Pro Bowl?
Without a doubt. That's a game that you just figure you're going to be in each and every year. That's because of catches like that. That's why he goes.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. you're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. An 11-yard touchdown. And the Raiders get a score closer.
The tight end position has always been dangerous, especially in the red zone, short field. But now even more so because these tight ends aren't necessarily the tight ends of old. They're the rocked-up wide receivers who have a little bit more speed. Way harder to cover than before.
This is fielded a couple yards deep.
Yeah, but fucking bum-ass Tyreek Hill doesn't fumble.
He's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line.
Here we go. Ken Lobo. I'm coming. Snap.
They'll run on 1st down. Allen. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Out on the edge, you love to have cornerbacks like that that can bring them down in the run game.
And you're also exposed to everyone. It really becomes a one-on-one play, doesn't it? You're out there by yourself on the edge. The best ones know how to make the play, and we just saw an example of it right there.
They stay on the ground with Allen. 7 yards on the carry. Make it 3rd and 4 coming up.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball, protect this lead, give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop him. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down. And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. Looking to throw, Young. And able to haul it in is Kittle. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because there should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback.
And he will take this one in for a touchdown. Make it 5 touchdown passes now for Steve Young. And this offense continues to pour it on. Oh, that's pretty impressive, Charles. It's one thing to be an elite speed wide receiver and have all that yards after the catch into the end zone, but from your tight end?
Yeah, you don't get that very often. What you're describing is more like a Tyreek Hill, a Devontae Adams, and Antonio Brown. You're not talking about a guy that lines up or can line up in line and look like an extra tackle on running plays. He took that bad boy downfield just like he was a scat back.
Before the game, he told me, I'm going to have a zinger or two today. And I was like, oh, a zinger or two? I guess that's a zinger, right?
That's a zinger.
Get ready, get ready, get ready.
On 1st and 10, Luck. Under pressure, and down he goes. Luck is sacked. In for the sack, Myles Garrett.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. You are watching Madden Ultimate Team on EA Sports. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done.
Go!
Here's Luck. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Ryan Shazier. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran a wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Ready?
Now a handoff here to his running back. Oh, what a juke into space. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out
I don't
by a
know.
few inches. That'll be a 1st down.
Go! 10-2 stop. Here we go, let's bring it. Let's go, let's bring it. Let's bring it. Check 13. Yo, speed grip.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8. At this stage of the game, with the score where it is, the key here is stay in bounds, and he did just that. Not by a huge margin, but he stayed in.
And those come up in what we like to call winning edge meetings. The things that you have to do, late game situations, kicking situations, doesn't matter what it is, the things you have to do to win a game, and that comes up in that meeting, then you practice it, they've got to be happy to see it executed, being able to stay in bounds and work the clock.
The offense on third down, a pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. Young to throw it. That's going to be caught. And he's brought down. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. And looking to put this game on ice in the 4th quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run the ball and run the clock out.
Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Now Young loses the football. It's stripped, and the Raiders pick it up. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, give some credit to the defense. They forced the big play, knocked the ball free from him, but that's a cardinal sin by the quarterback. Know where you are on the field, and he just gave up at a minimum 3 points.
And instead of getting down, takes the contact. The turnover ensues. Call it a pickup of 7, and it'll be 2nd down. Able to get 7 on that 1st down pass play. 2nd and 3. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score. Now here's a throw right side taken in by his tight end. Fresh out of the locker room, they hit him with a gain of over 20.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. They got spot 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
Back to throw, Luck. Allen has it, left side. And he's got this down to the 35. 13-yard gain yet again, just like last play. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Gets his guy out in the flat.
And
now here is another interception. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Come on, set, 50, plant. Let's set a tone, fellas. Let's set a tone. Let's go.
No, bottled up. Fumble. It's out. It's loose. And the Raiders pick it up. And they've got the football, and they're already knocking on the door inside the 5 at the 4-yard line.
All the practice, all the training, all the meetings. In this situation, I know exactly what quarterbacks are taught. Take care of the football. That's job one, paramount. Because you cough it up here, you might be giving up 6 points real easy.
Tip of the cap to the defense, though, forcing the fumble. Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense is well coordinated. The front and the back really
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. The number 7 usually lucky here. Not for him. 7 picks he's thrown in this game. That's only happened 6 times since 1960.
And I know that the most recent time it happened, the guy who threw him, he'd won a Heisman Trophy in college, so sometimes you just have a lousy game. Doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad career, but when you're talking about one game, 7, you're right, not lucky at all.
Yeah, Ty Detmer, the last to do it in 2001, to throw 7 picks.
Get it, 60 or 59. It's our field. It's our field. Hey, it's our house. Right on.
Defense still with 3 timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them here as the kneel down comes. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. And they will take a knee here. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of... With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
A clash of two of the more fervent fan bases around. The Cowboys and the Raiders are underway. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. First down. It's Allen. Up from his linebacker spot, Deion Jones making the play.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple yards out of it. Because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
From the 31, Luck. Quick hitter here, it's complete. That catch good for 5. It's third down. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle it, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, you don't give up big chunks.
Now Brown, he lost the football. And the Cowboys have recovered.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10. Young now after the fumble recovery. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
As a passer, you're always trying to find that open window to throw the ball downfield. How about this one? Right in the middle of the field, right in the heart of a defense.
Now the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stop that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Now here's Young. And he'll hit his tight end, Walker. And he's going to be a yard short. A 2-yard pickup leads to 4th and 1. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down. And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1.
Pilot, 64, weak.
On 4th down, Young. And the Raiders defenders have got him. The sack there by J.J. Watt. The D brought the house. They called the blitz, and they get to the quarterback, overwhelming the O-line.
And I would love to know, and we'll find out later on, was that called before the play, or did they audible into it? Because defenses change plays as well as offenses. Sometimes they get the set they want. They go right to the blitz. And in this case, they nailed it. Got right to the quarterback. No chance on that fourth down. A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early, because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
On second down now, it's Allen. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
They'll run on first down. Allen hit. He lost the football. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line.
Whenever I see a team turn it over on back-to-back drives, fumbles on their last two, I know one person's blood pressure who is starting to rise, and that's the head coach.
Absolutely. And when's it going to go down? When they stop fumbling?
When they stop fumbling and after he's assessed the game film, and only if they manage to win the game.
Hey, Haywood!
Young, following the fumble recovery, he'll throw. And he cannot get away, and Young will go down.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now second down and 22 yards to go.
Check 59, Mike. Mike is 59. Mike the 59. Let's go one more. Mike's 59. Mike's 50.
Here's Steve Young. And his throw here's incomplete. Coverage there by the safety, Harrison Smith. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on first down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Watch the slant, watch the slant.
Now Young. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
Well, we quit counting yardage on that one, didn't we? That was truly third and a mile, wasn't it?
It was. I thought they might just go underneath, but they didn't. They wanted to get the first down there.
Yeah, they tried to pick up the huge chunk unsuccessfully. I'm with you. I would have tried to take some yardage just to gain some field position.
Now, remember, they were unsuccessful earlier in this first quarter. Going for it on fourth. They're going to try a second time.
Check 59, Mike. Mike is 59. Mike the 59. Come on.
They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. And there is Amari Cooper, his first catch. A surprising move to go for it. Predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And the Raiders with the football now in excellent.
Okay.
no longer could be Amber, this is all about a player safety issue, and the NFL and the NFL Players Association have been working hand in hand on this really since April, when they first notified Antonio Brown that he was wearing a helmet, who was over 10 years old, and no longer could be certified, and thus could not be worn in games. Well, Brown challenged that through the collectively bargained grievance process. A neutral arbitrator ruled against him. At that point, Brown set out to find a newer version of the same discontinued helmet, the Should Air Advantage. He was able to do that. So on Monday night, the NFL and the NFLPA got together and jointly decided that they would have to laboratory test that model of helmet just like they do every other helmet worn by every other NFL player. So the Union League got a 2011 model of this helmet, sent it to the same lab in Ottawa that tests all the other helmets. It failed those tests. The biomechanical engineers in Ottawa communicated that to the engineers from the NFL and the NFLPA. At that point, everyone concurred, and thus this helmet cannot be worn in games. So the question is, where do things go from here? Antonio Brown is out of appeals under the CBA. The only thing he potentially could try is to file a lawsuit and get a temporary injunction that would allow him to wear his old helmet while that goes through the courts. That would certainly be considered a legal long shot. I did reach out to his attorney, who had no comment at this time. And by the way, Mike Mayock's strong comments today would seem to set the stage for potential discipline if Brown continues to stay away.
Word. Yeah, I'm off tomorrow, dog. It is my off day. Oh, did they say we're getting anything? Because I know the flashbacks and all that, they're not going to be a weekly thing. Be interesting. I don't think we're gonna get anything anytime but soon. My nigga. And because I know for a fact, Khalil Mack could have a goddamn 10-sack game. He still won't get a Team of the Week card. Because he's almost feared. Nigga, he's been most feared for fucking... he's been most feared every fucking year. I'm like... yeah, I mean, I don't know for sure. I'm just going by like, what the hell's been going on. That nigga had like fucking 2 3-sack games and forced fumbles and all that. They're like, nah, nigga, you don't deserve it. Or you can't have it because you're over here. You're on our money grab over here. I'm sorry. Look. Yeah. Alright, nigga. I'm gonna close it. I'll restart the fucking stream. So I'll be back.